Hello everyone, Tymerover here. Welcome to the start of a new series for a game called They Are Billions. This game just came out, I believe on Tuesday, I want to say, on Steam Early Access. And I picked it up and I thought it looked pretty interesting. It's a sort of a combination style. I mean, it's an RTS game, sort of like StarCraft, but it's pausable, which is interesting. So it's kind of like it's sort of like a cross between StarCraft, RimWorld, and The Walking Dead, I guess, because I mean it has different, which we'll get to in a little bit. It has different like RimWorld-esque difficulty settings that you can set up prior to that, and you are building a base. And they do sort of send waves of events in that they are hordes of zombies that going at you, but it's always increasingly more difficult, more difficult. But it does run as an RTS style game, so you're building your base in a from the overhead view. You're setting down your buildings, and you're putting down building units and so on and so forth, and walls in order to guard yourself from all the zombies. And it's actually really fun, although really difficult in my trial games. I think the farthest I've gotten thus far was day 20, I think, and I think I did a 100-day game. So that's kind of interesting. We're going to go ahead and create a new game. I'm just going to call this LP1, just so I can differentiate them from my starting game or from my other games. Okay, LP01. How's that? There you go. So this is the game setup here, and the map terrain right now. The only thing we have access to is the dark moorland, and unfortunately, we don't have any access to the peaceful lowlands or any of the other ones because they're locked. Now we can get access to them, but you have to unlock them by, I believe, reaching a score factor of 100%. So right now we're at 130% because of the game duration and infected population that we have chosen. And as I said, this is sort of what I was referencing. This is what I was referencing earlier when I said you could choose the differing levels of difficulty. So we can do a longer game to be easy, or a shorter game to be brutal. And essentially what this means is to win the game, you have to create a colony and stay alive for the duration of the game. The hordes of the infected are the same regardless of the duration selected. Therefore, the longer the duration, the easier the game will be. As opposed to the infected population setting, which just a few infected, easiest to high population, brutal. This parameter affects how many infected are on the map from the beginning and the size of the hordes that periodically come. So, medium challenging, 120 accessible? Yeah. Accessible would be pretty easy, and so our score factor would decrease. And like I said, I believe you need... Oh no. This theme is locked. You have to win a survival game for the theme with the score factor of 75% to unlock this. 85, 100. So if we did a 100 score factor, we'd be able to unlock them all. So maybe we'll try it. Most likely it's not going to work. Just because in my first game, my test game, I made it to day 20 and got overrun. So it'll be interesting to see how far we go. I am going to just do the 100-day challenge, medium population challenge. That's okay. One thing you can do is go with a higher population, and then you get a little bit more in terms of days. So I can do 120 more days, but go for a higher population of infected or zombies. And it still gives me that over 100. It's not that bad. But you know what, we'll go ahead and do that. My second test game that I was running, which I didn't actually finish, I was playing on this difficulty. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't that big of a deal. And it actually is nice to get that 120 days because it just extends the window that you have to prep for the next wave. So we're just going to go ahead and start with that, I think. Bringing doom, refactoring. The market reduces the food needs of the surrounding colonists' dwellings. Alright. So, a bit of a load time here. Not sure if this is, wasn't loading this slowly before. So hopefully we didn't crash. This is an early build. This is alpha, you know, early access, so. Well, I think we're alright. Or maybe we're not. I think we might have just crashed. Nope. There it goes. Just took a little bit to load. That's an interesting thing. That's the first time I've done that. I'm wondering if maybe it's because I'm recording. I don't know. I've never had load time that slow. Alright, so we do have the command center here. Oh, let's go ahead and pause. So we start off with 4 units. Well, 5 units, 4 rangers, and 1 soldier. So the soldier is a versatile unit that can serve any purpose. They wear heavy armor and wield a powerful submachine gun, but be careful, their noisy weapons can call the attention of nearby infected. So they are probably the tankiest. The rangers are quicker, they run extremely fast, and can shoot their arrows with their silent bow without inflicting much noise. Rangers are perfect for exploring the map and clearing small infected groups. I kind of like the rangers early on because of their quickness. And I usually try to send them off to start doing some scouting. So let's go ahead and just send you down there. Send you off this way. You can go over here, and you can go over there. And we'll just keep our soldier hanging around our main building here, the command center,
Just tell me what to do.
in order for some protection here. Now, as far as our resources, so over here we have our sort of our generic 4 resources, primary resources that we have that we need to keep up on here, as well as the secondary resources that are pretty much used to build. The colonists show the total population of our colony here. We currently have 0 because it doesn't count the units that we control. The actual colonists themselves you don't really control at all. So they basically work your lumber mills and so on and so forth. And in order to get those, you need to actually build tents, which require food. So here's our food production. We currently are consuming 1 food, and I believe that's because of the soldier. Yeah, so the soldier needs 1 food. The rangers don't require any food, apparently. Maybe it's because they have no mouths to eat. I don't know, but they don't need a food, or they don't need any food. But the soldier does, so that's where we're spending our 1 food right now. So we have 19 food, sort of in excess that we can use to build out some colonies or some tents, and they require 4 food, 1 energy, 30 gold. So this is our other 1 gold here, and it accumulates based off of different things. Right now we're getting 193. After army costs are deducted from our command center, which is just a base 200. So that's okay. And we get it looks like every 8 hours. So that's good. And we have a maximum storage of 2,000. You can increase that max storage as the game goes on. So even if you do cap it, you can get there. Wood obviously is a pretty important resource in the beginning. Eventually I found, in my game where I was going up to 20, I was capping wood really easily. But early on it is pretty needed. And just looking at my start here, I got woods over here, but hopefully we have more. And hopefully this is a good area, because the map is procedurally generated when you start it, so you don't always get the same setup. And hopefully we got a decent one here. So stone is also there, but all these other ones, stone, iron, ore, oil, I myself have not even gotten to a point where I was mining iron and oil, unfortunately, so we'll have to play around with that later. Energy here is the energy production, which we'll talk about when we get to that point, but it is used to power your colony, and it will drain. Some buildings take it, some buildings don't. Eventually we'll get there. And workers, this is how many workers we actually have available in our colony. So we do have 5 available workers, which is interesting. I guess it's because they're not tented, or no. You give me 5. Oh no, I'm still trying to still trying to figure out what these, how these all work. Because we do have 5 available workers, but they're not housed anywhere. They're not part of our total population. If we put them to work, I think that's what it was. When we put them to work, then they can't transfer over to colonists. So we're going to want to do that fairly soon. Let's go ahead and throw down a couple tents. Now this area, this sort of looks like stone area, is a good place to start building tents, because it really can't be used for anything else. So we're going to go ahead and just use that. Start building 3 tents, which is all we really can afford. On second thought, let's hold off on that. Let me just go and see what's around, because I like to try to keep... Oh, we got some resources that we can collect, but most likely we got some infected over here. That's a good area for sort of a bottleneck that we can block off. We'll have to wait and see. Let's wait. Alright, well, I think I'm alright with building...
What's up? Any infected
Wait a
around?
little bit longer. No, I think you can go ahead and gather up these resources. So you'll find little caches of resources. So this is wood and this is gold, which is going to be a nice little boost. But I will go ahead and set down the tents to get us a couple more workers right off the bat. Alright. Can I get a sawmill? The answer is yes, but I think we can do better. So, if you notice, like, I can't place anything within the trees. Okay? But if I place them outside the trees, you see the wood 10, 9, 9 there. We can get a decent amount. We can try to find a good amount of wood to get. 10 looks like my best option. Again, I don't know what's over this way. I can't build out here yet because I don't have the energy range. So, like, if you're familiar with something like StarCraft, you know, the pylons and the creep and so on and so forth, that is essentially what you got with these Tesla towers. So you can expand your borders, your buildable area, by setting down Tesla towers to go that route. But I think, because we have this, what I might do is try to get a... see, a hunter's cottage. So same deal. The hunter's cottage only takes up one block, one square, and it basically generates food from woods and plains or grassland, which is what the green area is there. So here we can get 15, which is pretty good. We can get 15 there, 16 there. So I think we're going to want to build a Tesla coil out here in order to be able to pull that in. The other option for food is the fisherman's cottage, which has to be put near a lake. So, got 14, 13. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to get a decent amount of food right away, and we're not really going to do much with this area. So I think we might start off with a fisherman's cottage. So let's go with that. 14 is going to be good. That'll increase our food capacity, which will allow us to build a couple more houses, because currently we can't. I don't know. I should be able to. Huh. That's weird. Let's throw that down. We need one more for more of that, so that's okay. You.
Gotcha.
Run up here. You go up there. Alright.
Any task. Whatever you say.
Just
as long as you pay me.
pick up all this.
Roger that.
This is actually looking like a decent
Great.
area.
Yes. Great.
Because we can wall this off. Alright, so there's our first look at the zombies, or the infected. Got infected, decrepited. These infected bodies are very weak and slow, so they are sort of the peons of the higher ranks, or of the ranks of the zombies here. Ooh, this guy is a little bit different. Where are they? Because we do have some stats on them. No, they look about the same. They just have a different name. Infected, aged. Yeah, so we're going to want to sort of maybe pull back a little bit.
Are you sure?
Attention.
We
Yeah.
may want to push out this way at some point, but I think just getting this...
Gotcha.
Yeah, see, there's a lot out this way.
Okay.
Okay,
You're
let's
gonna
push
pay
out
for this,
here.
right?
Ah,
What?
run away,
Yes.
run away, run away. Now we're going to train a couple of them, but what I'm
Okay,
going to do is I'm going to
let's
just
do
set up
this.
this one to patrol this area. And
Yeah.
just keep things out of our hair for right now.
Yes,
Okay, you've hit some people right there. We'll probably wall this up until we need to actually exit out of here. Alright, so let's just set you up to patrol here. That'll be fine. Let's set up a... I'm going to put this out this way. And then I will put this one over here. Extend around here so we can get a thing set up. Ooh, can I put... Yes, I can do that. I'll have to wait. So I do want to get the sawmill up fairly soon. Let's go ahead and put down some more tents. Alright, let's take a look up here. This is actually not too
Great.
bad of an area.
What's up? Any infected around? Gotcha.
This is okay. Got a nice... Alright,
Great.
back out.
Yeah.
We're gonna probably train someone there.
You order?
Just set you on to patrol for right now. We'll come back to you because I do want to take a look over here. There's a lot of stone over this way, and I think this is iron. I did not get to the point where I was actually mining it, so we'll have to hopefully
Here
take
we
care
go
of that.
again.
You're running down here.
Great.
Okay, so we got a little bit of an area
Yeah.
there. We know there's infected right there. So let's run around here. Yeah, so you've
Okay,
got a
great.
decent amount of area, but now they will start to creep. Ah! Run, run, run. Yeah, I think we managed to get away with that. Alright.
Are you
Attention.
sure?
Building completed.
So go ahead and stay up here and just
I hope
start
I'm not wasting my time.
taking around here. Tinkering
tests?
around. Alright, let's run over here. Alright, we got that set up, so let's go ahead and set up our wood area. Wood cutting. Can I get any more? Can't see over there. I'm thinking 10's the best we got. So let's just drop that there. And it's worth noting you can't overlap with these, so like it's gray or it's red there, but I can start a new one over this way. And that might be okay. Now there is research in the game, which is industry. Yeah, so wood workshop allows us to do researching, which is good. How's our food? We do have still have a decent amount of food, so we can plop down a couple more houses. Now I can't put it here because there needs to be some room to walk to these places. And unfortunately, you know, they can't get to this place. So I'm just going to continue to expand out this way. Use up the wood, or the food. And I am going to drop, I think I'm going to put down another sawmill. Because it is rather nice to get that up and running fairly quickly. So we'll put it right here. That should be okay. Let's go back, and we're going to need some gold for the Tesla Tower. Can't really get there yet.
What?
Alright, we got a little bit of infected right over here.
Yeah. Okay.
And right here.
Are you sure?
Ugh. Yeah, so, oof, this is going to be rough to patrol.
Gotcha.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to set you to patrol sort of
Great.
this route. Just to keep this area. But I think we can wall off pretty decently around here. I may try to wall this area here. Wall that, wall that. This can be walled eventually. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. It's going to take a little bit of time. But we'll make do
Building completed.
as we can. Can I get the quarry
Turns
yet?
out, a colony.
Alright,
needs
so
a
eventually
mayor.
we get to choose
Who
our
knew?
mayors here, and each one gives a different kind of bonus here. So we can either get iron reserves plus 10, which I think this just gives us a flat 10 iron, which isn't that great. Or we can get a research tech. So snake traps are, you know, I guess they're alright. I've not really used them, so I'm not entirely sure how good they are. But I think we will go with that, because it's research. Something we don't have, we could use, perhaps. So we'll go with that. Stuff is getting taken care of. We have a good bit of workers. The Soldier Center allows us to, you know, build units, so that's where we can get the Rangers. And we might want to get that up fairly soon. The wood workshop requires 40 wood. We could try to rush that. Can I get a... I kind of want a quarry.
Attention.
Okay, well
Building
now we got
completed.
20. Now we can do this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a quarry down. Just don't know where. I mean, I'm not really set up right now for this area. Can I put it... Let's just wait for a tick of wood here and see if we can get... some little guys creeping over here. Not the greatest. Might want to get up some defenses fairly soon. This does take... Oh, we'll wait. Wait for this tick to go by, and I'm going to take a look to see if we can... Alright, let's see. It's going to get stone and iron. Yeah, we may want it over here, because I can get 7 stone and 2 iron out of that. Which is pretty good. I mean, over here would give me 5 stone, 4 iron. We'd have to build a Tesla tower over here. That would then allow me to do more stuff over here, right? Yeah, we might put it right here. Take all the iron, which is kind of a little but we then would be able to put another quarry over here to get this stone and to get that 7. Because if I put it here, I wouldn't be able to take advantage of that. So yeah, let's go ahead. We'll go back and we'll take over a Tesla tower. But I'm going to put that right there. And then we will be okay. And then we need more food. So let's take a look at Hunter Cottages. 15 there. 14. Can I get a little bit closer? No, I think 15 is the best we got. Let's go with that. It is worth noting, so when you do get an infected inside your base, is why you really want to sort of, you know, keep your base perimeter locked down. Because if the infected gets into here and destroys any of these buildings, they make your citizens within those buildings become infected. So, like the colonists here, if they took out this tent, which is fairly easily done, they would convert 4 citizens into infected, and then it goes downhill from there. Just put it that way. Same with this, like the 4 there would turn into infected. So we want to try to keep things fairly clustered inside until we get our proper defensive structures up. Going forward. Tesla Tower has finished. Okay, let's get down a quarry. Boom.
Attention. Building
Get that down. And we'll work. I want to get a I want to get my military outpost here. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Got to get down these houses. We'll start over this way. Put those down. Get a couple more workers, and then what else do we need? The stone will come eventually. The energy, yeah, we need to get a windmill down. I think what I'll do, since we're making decent wood here,
Attention. Building completed.
is I'd like to get some protection up, and I'm thinking down this way. You know what? Let's set up the protection right here.
Oh, more orders. You are gonna pay
Can
me
we
for this,
get
right?
you to come up here?
Gotcha. Yes.
Now, on second thought, because I need this person to actually be monitoring this, so we'll take this guy out, and then we'll just set up a perimeter.
You call that a plan?
We'll set that up, and I'm gonna go for the
Okay.
military outpost. I think we can wait a little bit longer before we push forward with that. But we do need energy, so we'll set down a mill here. Not sure where. Again, I don't want to take up some of this space, but perhaps. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit close by. Let's just put it right there. So that's going to accumulate. That should give us enough now. The energy will go up. The stone will get there. Although, I'm thinking of maybe adding another quarry right here. Get that 7 right off the bat. You know what? Let's do that. That'll be good. Because it's going up, but it's going up fairly slowly. We'll definitely want to monitor this area because we got infected here, infected there. I'd like to get up walls fairly soon. We haven't had anybody come in yet, but I think getting more of rangers will be good moving forward. Now I could put this guy somewhere. You know what? It might be worthwhile to set our soldier up somewhere else.
Attention.
He has very short range, so you know. Alright, military, what do we need? We need the stones, we need the workers. Alright, so let's go ahead and plop down a couple more homes. Can't put it there. Oh, well I can, I just don't have the resources. I don't have the food. Alright, so that we should have enough, because that should give us 8. The stone is coming in. Alright, you are kind of burping around. You gotta put a cut in the video.
Yeah.
Come this way.
Just guide me to the
Just have you hang out here there, soldier, in case things come over this way. That'll be fine. Oh, we got some people, we got some infected creeping over here. Yeah. Come on. One more tick and we'll be able to get this. Do we not have... Ah, shoot. They only give 2. Alright. Can we get... What can we get from you? 12. 12 is the best food we can get. Get 14 there. Alright, just set down another cottage. That'll get us the most food. Then we can put down another hut. See, we're capped on wood. So let's go ahead and throw down another Tesla coil here. Tesla tower. What I might do is set it up here so that I can put down a fence. There you go out further. But I'm thinking the fence goes right here for right... Well, no, because I kind of wanted to put down some defenses here. Yeah, I think what we'll do is I'm going to try to set up a wall this way. build one there, and then we'll build one here. Build that there. And then one more, say, right here. Spending a lot of resources, but again, we were capped on wood. The gold's coming in okay. We're gonna need the gold for the military outpost, but we don't even have the workers yet, so... And we can't do that until this finishes, so we'll just make do with these. And then we can build fencing. Come on, get up there.
Attention.
Alright,
Building
tents. Couple more tents. There we go. This is all finishing. Perfect. Alright, so how's our military? Not quite there yet. Need 20 wood and 450. Alright, so let's go ahead. Set up the actual fencing here, the wood walls. I'm going to just start with sort of a... It's worth noting you can't build walls near the infected, so we'd have to clear this out. But I think what I want to do is I want to just set these things up. Start setting them up. They are kind of expensive. Let's put down this back here. Military, not quite there yet.
Building completed.
Really? Oh my goodness. Alright, let's get another group of houses going on over here. Yeah, you're coming in. Fences. Can we finish this off? No. You know what? That's fine. Because ultimately, I'm probably going to want to double wall it anyway, so just let it go. Because I didn't catch it in time. If you pause it and build, and you decide you want to do something else, you can refund it as long as you don't hit start, or as long as you don't start the game back up. But otherwise, if we refund it, it's just going to return 50%, which is kind of a huge loss. So, yeah. All right. You.
Attention. Building completed.
This is going to be a kind of a big thing for right now. All right, you're going to prioritize that. We should probably. Oh, see, they're inching forward. That's why we need the military outpost. So let's get this built rather quickly. I'm going to throw this down, say, right here. And I think that's what we're going to call it a day for right now. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you're going to enjoy this series. If you do, let me know by hitting that like button. And if you want to see more content, I strongly urge you to subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.